Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome again to my channel where we're gonna do this tutorial today. I'm gonna go with ramp, gradient ramp, and maybe we can put a bit of green. It's really up to you how you want to make this. Anyway, I'm gonna duplicate, press Ctrl D, duplicate, and we're gonna name it splotches. So it's splotches, and we're gonna create it very simply by going to fractal noise. And the first thing I'm gonna do, it's okay to delete that gradient ramp, you don't need it anyway now. I'm gonna start playing with the contrast here, make it about 280, and then go to the brightness and make it about minus 113. And now if you play with the evolution here, you see it's kind of not doing the thing that we want. You know, we could press Alt and say, you know, time plus 200, and then this is the animation we're gonna get, but that's not the look that we want, as we saw before. We want something randomly, something stop motion style. So with this, I'm gonna go and press U. Now we can view only the key that we created, the U, and we're gonna go 1 second here, and we're gonna create some variation. We can go back there, we can go here. Alright, now we're gonna go right click, press, and make it toggle hold keyframe. Now right now we can select all the keys, press Alt, and make it smaller, the distance between the keys. If you like it, we can now continue by just copying all the key here and then start pasting. And then you can copy again all the keys and paste it, and then copy all the keys and then paste it. So, and now what we need to do is we need to toggle switch here with the models, moods, and then go to add T, press T for the opacity, and you can, you know, dim it a little bit there. Okay. Let's say it's good. And now we're gonna start with the effect, the ink effect. Now, first of all, okay, you can do it by bringing some custom brushes, and you can create it in Photoshop. Now I have one here that I created in Photoshop, and we're gonna create that ink go from the left or to the right. It really depends on how you want this to look like, but I really want to add something. I don't want this effect, I don't like it. So we will go to roughen edges. So press roughen edges, and you're gonna find it here, and we're gonna play a bit with the slider. So the border, we'll put it about 2, the edge we'll get it into something like 0.8, and the fractal influence, let's make it 7. The scale, yeah, the scale is going to be a kind of something like 298, but we want that wiggle movement. We want that wiggle movement here. If you go to the evolution here, you see it's not also a style of stop motion, and we want stop motion, so we're going to create that by going to scale here also and start playing a bit with the scale here, as I told you before. Bring it again here. If you play, see it's moving now, and we can go right. You can keep it. You can keep it smooth, just like this. It's really up to you how you want. But I really like the stop motion technique, so I'm gonna go right click here, make a whole keyframe, and then I'm gonna start pasting the keys that I want here. Let's play it now. Okay. Yeah. You can make it faster. See? Yeah. I'm gonna copy this now again here. And yeah, until here the comp will finish. So that's okay here. Okay. So also I'm gonna save that. I'm not losing any data. Alright, now we're gonna go into linear wipe. Select that, and you see what the linear wipe is going to do. Let's rotate it a little bit, give it some feather here, and let's create some motion here. I'm going to go transition here. It's right from here, and it's going to be 0. Then I'm going to go 1 second here and play it. Now if you press this, you see it's kind of now we can select those keys here, press F9, and it's going to be smooth, just like this. Before it was like that, and after that now it's like this here, smooth. Okay, that's cool. Now remember, we are creating the mat for the text to be shown here, just like this. And you see it's still playing. Now I'm going to duplicate that layer, the brush, and we're going to rotate that, start rotating, and make it opacity a little bit there. Duplicate that again, and put it there here. Make the opacity even lighter. So this is what we have. Really cool. If you want some bending in the main brush here, the one that have the text on it, you can solve that by pressing this dot right over here, and you can't see it because it's a black, so let's go to transparent button here, and let's go to bend. You can choose whatever type of bend you want. You can use bender, or you can use this one. It's really up to you. Just get that, and you see now we start having this bend right over here. And now we can rotate it and put it right over here, so give it some bending. Now I want to fill it, and let's make it any color you want. Let's make it yellow color, and for the rest of the brushes right over here, this is going to be the matte for the text. So I'm gonna select those 3 brushes, the one with the neutral color, the black color. I'm gonna press Ctrl Shift C and make a comp and name it text matte. Double T matte, like this. Okay. Okay. And now if you play it, Now if you play it, you're gonna have it just like this. Now we're gonna bring a text and you can name it text 1. Make it be grayish color. Put scale. Caps here. Let's hide this right now. Put it there. And we're going to bring it to the center, the anchor point. I'm using Doom Casual font here. If you want to use it, feel free. Now we're going to go into the matte now. And we're going to put it above the text here, the text matte. And then we're going to go into alpha matte. Now if you play it, you have that one. Okay. Now one thing that I could do here is I can step the animation that is happening. As you can see here, all the animation is happening at once, and the one that is filling is this one. So we have it like this. Okay. Now let's go again. See? Yeah, that is much better. Now we can bring that brush, put it underneath the matte, the text matte here. And for the text matte, I'm gonna make it, delay about 1 second. That's nice. You can anytime place the text wherever you want. Okay. And now we can use that brush here, duplicate it, rotate it just a bit here, and play it with the opacity, just like this. Again, we can duplicate it, make a rotation to the other side here. It's really up to you how you want to create that, and make it, about 45. Let's now press 0. All right. If you don't like the color for the text here, you can make it a green color. Okay, green is much better. That's cool. Now for the wiggle movement for the text, also it's going to be a stop motion. So I'm gonna go right over here to the move. When it's start to move, I'm gonna start moving the text here and there. Like this. Make it hold keyframe. Let's see the movement. Okay, it's too much. So let's make it. Alright. Even. Yeah, that is much better now. And we can now copy it and paste it, just like this. Okay, so we're done now with the text here. We're gonna now comp it all. And I'm gonna go and press all the comps here. The one with the text matte, the one with the texture 1, all the brushes that we created from the matte. We're gonna make a comp and name it text. And now we have this individual text here, and we can create a 3D, but later on we're going to use the parallax, and I'm going to put it right to the side here, display it. Okay, Now let's create that frame with the model. So first of all, we're gonna create a box here. It's really up to you how you want to create this box. We're gonna create this box, make it at the center. And first I'm gonna create a stroke, and with the stroke we're gonna move it now by going to the add, and we have a wiggle path, and I'm going to use a number here, and that's going to be 4. Now if you play it, this is what we have. Now we're going to bring an image for a model. Let's see here, we got this one. About that girl right over here. Bring it there here. See, it's very big. Scale it down. There. Just like this. And for the matte, for this, we're gonna go duplicate that, the shape layer that we created, the one with the frame. We're gonna name it frame, and this is going to be box. It's really up to you how you want to name. And for this box, we're gonna add a complete fill color here. And we're going to add an alpha matte, and now we have this. Alright? Okay. Now you see that frame here, we're going to put it at the top. So we have that wiggle movement for the image. Now let's create some interesting, it's not very interesting animation here. So first of all, we're gonna add, bring the text to the front here, right? And then the image, we're gonna do something with the image here. So we're gonna go right click, leave all attributes. Now we're gonna go inside that image here. Now I really want to scale it because it's very big. Let's make it look, and I'm gonna make it only 1000. Okay, now we're gonna scale it down. Don't need that size, big size here. You can also go right click here and go transform and fit automatically by fit to comp. Or we're gonna duplicate that. And or you know what, I'm going to pre-comp again here and leave all attributes so we can duplicate this. Alright, we go to threshold, and play with the threshold here until we have satisfy number, and we're going to go shift plus and start playing with the moods. Okay, and yeah, I can see that soft light is good. See here, soft light gives you some kind of Victor. It's like a Victor style here. Go right click here, add another solid, and let's add now ball action. So ball action here. But with the ball action now, just leave the scatter. We don't need to scatter this. It's not this style of animation that we want. I'm going to go grid spacing here, and we're going to go into something like 2, then maybe 1 here. And now I'm going to give it a ramp. Gradient ramp, right? This is the style that I'm looking for here. And now we can go inside here, inside, and we can move the image here to something like, let's go to 6. Now let's move it right a bit so it gives some movement, saddle movement here. Only with this linear key. We don't need a smooth key. Now let's go to the comp 2 here. Right now we need to scale the image here, just to have it where we want. And right now this is what we have. Okay, I think that it's a bit it's a bit too hard, so we're gonna bring it down to about 48. Yeah, it's much better, 48. Okay, now it's time to start do this ink effect with the image. So we're going to go right to the text here, bring that brush we created, copy, Control C, and then go, okay, now we're going to pre-comp, okay, let's paste it first, let's paste that brush, hide it, and then we're going to bring the books, the frame, right? No, let's keep the frame, it's okay. The books, the frame, the books, and the dress, which is the woman. I'm going to press Control C, I'm going to create a comp and name it right now. Okay, it's okay, don't name it, because we will now pre-comp again with this. And we're going to right click, rotate. Now we don't need any bend right now. Rotation again here. And we want the animation to go from the top here, as you can see. We're going to scale it also. Just like this. Bring in another one. And we're going to start bringing this back so there is some step in the animation. Bring that there, here, another step. So this is what we have. Scale it. Right, so this is what we have. Okay, just like this. I feel like we need to play a bit with the keys here. Now let's just see here. Yeah, it's good like this. Yeah. And now we're gonna select all those layer here, Control Shift C, and name it image matte. Right. Let's see now. Okay. You know what? I think that we need to bring that frame alone, so put it outside to be affected by something else here. And that comp, which we use it, the image mat, we're going to duplicate it and use it for the frame here. And yeah, let's see here, but we need now to scale it down, and we're going to start having that style you saw before in the we can now move it, also rotate it, something like this here, and scale it. See here. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Now let's do that effect with the scale, with the image. So we can go to the image mat, and here and go inside that and create some scale. Make it about 160, and press press F9, and we're gonna make it easier, just like this. See, cool animation. Yeah. I'll go again here, and yeah, this is what we need. Okay. And you see the animation is still moving here. Now also you see that frame here, we can control D, another frame here, put it at the end here, rotate it. Of course, make it no alpha here. It's okay. And make it about 5, or maybe 7. And let's give it this color here. And I'm gonna make it scale now. So just go to scale until the animation here. Let's make it 0. F9. And I'm gonna make it, the slider is gonna be more smooth with this handle here. Make it like that. Alright, half. Yeah. I'm gonna press Shift, page down, page up, so you can go 10 frame. Yeah. Get rotate it just like this here. Put it down. All right. So we've done a good job until now. Now I want some splotches color, but here's the problem now we're gonna face. If you go back again to the splotches here, what you're gonna see if you put some color, like putting some fill color, you're gonna have a full color on the screen, which is not right. Alright, so now, as you can see, we had that splotches here, the one, we have it here, the splotches, and we have a dark background. I'm gonna go alpha luma. Yeah. So now we have it. The luma mat. We use the luma mat. Now if you go again here, you start seeing these splotches here, and if you now add a fill, show you. See, we have now color for the film. You can go to the level here if you want to darken that effect, and just play with the slider here. We go to the alpha. Okay. So, yeah, playing with the alpha input, we have that one here. And now we can choose the splotches that we want. We're going to scale it down, put it at the top here, and rotate it. So we have now splotches right into the image. Alright. Now let's create that parallax with the camera. It's very simple. But before that, let's make some good tidy things here to arrange things right over here. So first, forget about the splotches, forget about the image matte here, the frame. We don't need any frame here. This is the text here, as you can see. Now first we're going to add a 3D effect here. Press toggle switch here and go into 3D mode. And for the image, that should be, now as you can see we have the image here. You can now rotate it, do whatever animation you want, but we're going to do the parallax. So let's go into camera and use 50mm here, and we're going to use also a null, make 3D, attach the camera, parent the camera to the null here. Now let's make some movement here. Okay. Make also the image, this one here, also 3D, and let's name it. Name it image 1. And now you can see you can now move it. Go until like 4 seconds. Like this. But you need now the parallax, so I'm going to go into text here. Okay, now for the parallax, now for the effect, as you can see now both the text and the image, if you press position, you see it's the Z if you want to use it as a camera. You know, if you go press C here and see what is going on here, if you want the parallax, the text should go right forward here. Go forward. So in order to do this, I'm going to go to the text and move it slightly, here. Then scale it down again and put it wherever you want to, like here. Now once you play the animation, you see the parallax is happening here. Now we're reaching the end of this tutorial. That's the whole thing you need to know here. But now let's do something else, and that is making the other slide. And how you do it, we're going to use also the brush again. So let's go to the text, select that brush, Control C, and go to the comp 2 here. And we're going to comp everything you need to disappear. Now we don't need to disappear the splotches. This small splotches need to disappear, so we're going to take it with us. So we need to take the splotches, we need to take the text, and we need to take the image. And go right click and name it slide 1. And now Control V and paste that brush. Bring that opacity. and we don't need any of the bend here. And let's reset, reset the rotation. Now let's start bringing those brush, you know, here. Okay, I'm gonna wait about 4 seconds here for the movement here. What we need to do also is we need to go to slide and make 3D. Okay, we lost now the camera. Yeah, we did something wrong now, really. That is okay, and now we select the camera and the null and the splotches and the text and the image, and we're going to create the slide 1. Make sure you've taken the camera with you for the animation to be applied inside that comp. You can rasterize the animation here by this, but I don't want to do it. So now we're gonna control V and bring that brush here. Remove that bend, we don't need it. Go rotation, reset the rotation, and bring the opacity also. Now scale it until you have decent coverage for the slide. So about like 4.5, maybe 5 seconds, the brush will take away that slide, just like this. I'm going to duplicate that, bring it down here, maybe rotate it just a bit there. Okay, also make it slide there. Duplicate that one here and move it. Okay, maybe scale it. And now we cover all the comp here. Right click, make matte for slide 1. And now make alpha matte and make it inverted. And now when the slide is finished, it's going to go just like this. Okay, now for the other animation, we'll go pre-comp this again here and name it slide 1 again, final. Okay, we have that slide right over here. Let's create the other now, and it's going to be okay. Now there's a lot of information inside this comp. We can't just duplicate it and duplicate it. You will have a lot of effort to do that. So what we're going to use some script, and it's free, and it's called True Comp Duplicator. And make sure that you are in the comp here, the slide final, and duplicate that, the selected. Okay. Now duplicate it, and it gives me slide 1 final 2. I'm going to throw it right over here, and when this slide disappear here, let me show you, the other slide will come, and you can now control the rotation just like this. Alright, and now we can change the color. So let's go and change the color. Yeah, so let's first go to the text, name it text 2. Alright, make it white, change the color of the brush to whatever color you want. So okay, this one, and you can also go also to the image here, the splotches, change the color, go to the image, change the color, make this white, and then we're gonna go right inside the image here, right there, and we're gonna bring another image. That's gonna be let me check here, this one. You could animate it, but for the time, you know what to do now with that. So if you go back there here, see the effect was applied. Now go image 2 here, and you see now this is what you have. Okay. Now that was our tutorial today. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something new. Please support this channel, subscribe. You will have new videos each week, and see ya.